Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to round 12 here of the Calendar Season League. We're coming to you live from sunny Hungary. Qualifying has literally just started, you haven't missed much. We're going to go on board with Wild Wolf 1 as he's going to show us hopefully, how to do a flying lap here at the Hungarian. Quite notably, this track over the years has been really difficult to overtake, so qualifying is key. You go through the right-hander turn 1. Keeping over right as you come into the tight turn 2. Finding that late apex as he just about does. Get over far left as possible, straight through turn 3, no lifting. And then you go up the hill a bit towards turn 4. Just a couple of shifts down. Car off the track there, that's front wing damage there for Terran. Not a good start for him. You want to avoid that inside curve on turn 5, that will send you spinning. Then into the 6 and 7, tight chicane. Just losing the back end a little bit there as Wild Wolf. And he's actually bowed out this lap already. We'll stay with him, we'll just walk through the rest of the laps. That's turn 9. Shift into, he's not sure where he's going. Let's just saw Beaker go past. So let's go on Bill with Beaker. Going down the hill, we've just gone through turn 11 and a quick right-hander. Through turn 12, 90 right. And then into turn 13. And this is where we're going to see some overtaking come the race. As you get on that, as you can see, Beaker just had to let off a little bit. His back end started to step out through turn 14. Not one where you want to clip too much of the corner because that wall is very close. And then on the DRS down the home straight. As I said earlier, this track is, in some respects, quite similar to Monaco. In fact, that qualifying, as I say, is absolutely key here. Because it's so hard to overtake and it's become made harder. I've been handed the piece of paper here of the weather for the race, and I've been told it is going to be dry start and wet as we go through the race. About 10 to 15, maybe 20 minutes into the race, the rain will start to come, so that will hopefully play havoc with people come the race. Walt has put in the fastest lap so far. He's on a 1:15.7. Beaker, we just saw coming across the line there, did a 16.2. We've got a bit of a mix of tyres. Obviously, if it is going to rain, the people going to start on the ultra softs could be a little bit hard pushed to make those tyres get to the rain. Obviously, they've seen more information than me on when the rain is exactly coming, so hopefully they'll be a little more clued up. Other than the ultras, we've got, as you can see, the yellow softs and the white mediums here today. Don't expect too many people to be using the mediums as Beaker comes into the pits after completing a lap. Let's have a look down at Unity. Sauber drivers have really impressed so far this championship. I think, my recollection, they are sitting at the very top of the championship. Frank Honda is kind of running away with that. He's not unbeatable, that's for sure. We've seen it a few times. He's just got to get there, particularly when the rain's going to come. It makes it a little bit harder for him. Unity is, hopefully this is an out lap, because otherwise it's a very slow flying lap. And it's just a very slow flying lap. You must have mistaken the wheel because a 1:25 is 10 seconds off the pace, which isn't expected even if you've got a wet weather setup on. Let's have a flick up to Frank Connor's just done a lap. Let's see where Max is. He's on the way into the pits. Sticks is coming now down towards, where are we? Oh yes, turn 12. Gonna run out of ERS potentially, but he should be able to get this lap in. No, he's coming into the pit, so he's had enough. He's done 2 laps on those softs. See if Unity's still going. Yeah, he's still going. Coming round turn 8 into 9. This is where we saw Wild Wolf making mistakes. He's run a little bit wide there, might have invalidated. We'll find out as you go. Through turn 11. And now down into turn 12. It's got a little bit of traffic ahead, and that's not really what you want on a track like this, where there aren't many places to overtake other than a dive into a corner. And he's sticking with it. He will get that slipstream down the home straight, and he's going to need to beat the previous best, and he does. Nearly 9 seconds, 8.5 seconds faster than the previous. Up to P4 then, just behind his teammate Frank Honda, who is 3rd. And Wout is on an out lap, so let's skip over him for now. Positive vibes. He is on a flyer, currently going through turn 3. Let's see where Taran is. So you made that mistake earlier on in the qualifying, going into the wall at the exit of turn 4 into turn 5. Very easy to get out too far on the marbles, you just send the back end round. Let's sit with Taran in the Toro Rosso. I believe this is his first race with us because I've not remember seeing him before. I haven't said that, I wasn't here last week, so he could have been here last week. Coming now into turn 13. And just on the final corner, let's see what he can do. Obviously, as it stands, he just needs to put in a time. And a very respectable time it is. It's a 16.24, faster than Frank Honda and Unity, which just shows that he's either got pure pace or he's gone for a very dry setup and Frank's got a bit of a wet setup. Positive vibes then. The league coordinator, he's on his way into the pits, obviously not happy with his lap. As you can see, he's already at 120 as he's going around the final corner, so must have made a mistake somewhere and just thought, you know, I'm going to come in and have another go. Welt, looks like he's doing the same. He's bailed out of his lap. Beaker then, he's going to try and close in at the top. He's got a bit of a gap to get to the top, just under half a second. He needs to find something out here if he wants to get on that front of the grid. With the rain coming in the race, could actually nullify the importance of qualifying, simply because it's all going to come down to when you make that call. We've seen it in other leagues and just general races. The ideal time to make that call is when you see the DRS disabled come on. That means it is basically time to change. Obviously you can change before, you can change after, all down to driver preferences. Beaker's back end is stepping out on him. Coming around the final corner now. See if it can do. Can he get up there? He goes faster. Look at that. He's just 1/10 off the pace now of Welt. As Xerox comes out the pits right next to Beaker. Beaker is currently in Mo5. We've got 9 minutes left of the session, so Beaker could be going for another lap. Well, I haven't said that. His red fuel light is on, so that's unlikely to be happening. Positive vibes on his way out. Styx is still in the garage. Let's see where Frank Honda is then. He is on the rear of Max Thorne. Max on and out lap needs to get out of the way, and that has not helped Frank. Not one bit. Frank on a flying lap has been blocked on the apex by Max Thorne. He should have just got out of the way. And I think that's Frank's frustration more than anything. And that is not going to help his race. So he gets a 5 place grid penalty for it. And these two are just messing about now, those things. Oh well, right. Beaker's on and in, as we saw earlier. Xerox, where is he? He's getting some free air to have another go. Attempt to move himself up the grid. So he's going to get this flying lap started. We'll stick on board with him. For now, Aussie Beaker has gone in the pits. Welt is out on a fly, so he'll be trying to go faster. So just stick with Xerox on for now. Obviously, just actually see where Welt is. He's currently not really on track very well. Yeah, he's just gone through turn 2, so Xerox is in front of him. Obviously hoping he can keep off. He does keep off that inside curve on turn 5. Very crucial to keep off that. It's going up through turn 9 now. See where Unity currently is. He's actually behind Welt. So there's just 3 people currently on a flyer. Welt is coming through 8 and 9 now. Unity is coming now down towards turn oh no, sorry, that's Unity, not Xerox. Xerox going around the second to last corner. And let's see what time he can put up. He comes across the line now. He does go faster. Moves up to P5 with it. But still, he needs to try and find a bit more on the track. Just have a look at the gaps to the leader. So you can see he's just shy of a second behind. Let's see then. whilst putting a time, didn't seem to go faster. Unity coming up to the start finish line, up to P5, takes that position back off Serostom, claims P5 back for now. See where Wild Wolfie is coming around the final corner. He's about to start a flying lap, just getting those tyres nice and warm coming off the final corner. Taran is also out there. This is a flying lap then, because this is 6 and 7. Bracken stepping out a little bit on him there. Needs to just reel that in. Doesn't seem to have got that much grip on this front end. It seems to be just sliding all over the place. Whether that's just his driving style, or maybe it's just not the best setup, and a bit of the dirty air from the back of Serostom isn't going to be helping him. As he's coming around the last corner in a moment, Serostom dives in the pits. That's cleared his way. And let's see where Taran can put it. Can he get up to the front row? Nope. He goes faster, but not quite fast enough. Yes, he's beyond an in-lap. Wild Wolf 1 is currently going around 8 and 9. So where Max is, he's on a preparation lap. So let's go back and ball with Wild Wolf, who's got only 2 corners to go. Let's see if he can get himself up the grid on these ultra soft tyres. Only one person has set their fastest on the softs, which is Dix. Max is the only person on the grid at the moment with softs on. As Wild Wolf 1 does go fastest, but it doesn't move up, unfortunately for him. He goes 6 tenths faster, which just means he's a bit closer now to Serostom. Max has actually pitted on those softs, so he won't be going out again. Let's have a look, see. Wild Wolf isn't going for another. Positive Vibes, however, is going. He's just started a flying lap, so we'll stick with him for the time being. This comes downhill out of turn 2 into 3, and then back up the hill into turn 4. This is where you can start losing the rear end if you get it a little bit wrong. You're going to see a few accidents turn 4 and 5. 5 because that curve is so high, just destabilises the car and sends you spinning. Similar here, if you take too much of those curves on the inside, it will destabilise your rear end because it's just so high and you've not really set the car up for curbs of that height. Going through this lovely quick section in the middle through 8 and 9, down the hill into 11. And now around 13. Just one corner to go. He needs to find a decent time here to try and move himself up the grid. Gets that powered out, gets that DRS open. And he does, he's up to P9 then, his Positive Vibes. Jump sticks. So, Sticks, who is actually on a flying lap, he's just started it. Just have a quick another look at Positive Vibes, he's definitely not going again. Sticks going round turn 5, as we saw earlier. Got just over 2 minutes left of the session. So obviously 1 minute 15 laps, so you kind of want to be getting out the garage with about 1:30, 1:35 left on the clock to ensure you can. Obviously, if you've got space, go really. So S6 coming around the third to last corner now. You'll get another shot at this if he wants to have another go, which is going to be good news for him. And he's definitely going to be taking advantage of that. He's not happy with that lap. And he's going to try and go again. He's got 1:45 on the clock, so he's definitely got time. He's got time to do this lap and another if he really, really wants. So let's have a look at Wild Wolf 1's just come out of the pits. He's bang on time there. Serostom is going around turn 5. Unity is coming up to turn 5. See where Beaker is. He has just started a flyer. And Wout is coming to the end of an out lap. So let's go up to Serox Tom then. He is on a flying lap. He's just gone through turn 11 and turn 12. Just 2 corners to go now. Let's see if he can move himself up. He needs to close in that gap to the man in front. If not, get past him. He will get another shot though, crucially, if he wants to keep going. He does go faster, but not quite fast enough, and is not past Unity. Positive Vibe says enough is enough and has retired from the session. Whether or not that was through damage or just made a mistake and went, you know what, I'm not going to go again. Sarastorm looks like he's going again. Unity has jumped his teammate and has promptly retired from the session. So he's going to be starting at the highest P4. Let's see where Terran is. Going through a chicane of 6 and 7. Beaker though goes faster than Wout, so let's stick with Wout. Beaker's just found a lot of time there. A quarter of a second in front now. Has Wout got anything left in this tank? Looks a little bit unsure around there, but this is the last time he's going to get a chance. It doesn't go faster. Beaker will be the man starting at the front as it stands. Terran, however, coming around the final corner. Has he got anything to say about it? Beaker actually has another lap in hand if he really wants to go for it. Terran's going to come across the line, and he does not go fastest. So just World War 1 left to complete. Xerox Tom jumps up actually to P5, jumping over Frank Honda. World War 1 off track there. So just one man left to finish, because I don't think we should be expecting to see Beaker try and go faster. No, he's in mode 0 and cruising. So just World War 1 then. Let's see if he can. He needs to find basically over a second. And he doesn't. He's going to be starting P7. So there we go. That's going to be the end of the qualifying. Just need to wait for Beaker to try, and we can get going to the race. And we are still waiting for Beaker. If you could do it sometime soon, that'd be grand. There we go. So you go, final confirmation of the qualifying position. So Beaker will be starting at the front from Wout, Terran, Unity, Xerox Tom. Frank Honda qualified 6th, but he's going to drop to the back unfortunately after his altercation with Max Thorne. And then World War 1, Max obviously, positive 5s and sticks. Decent qualifying there, as always from the Dutch people. Pretty much dominating it. As we just wait for now for all the drivers to ready themselves up, or we can get this race underway. I said earlier, we are expecting rain in the race. It's going to be crucial to when it comes strategy wise. And we've got 5 red lights. And away we go. Everyone away cleanly. So race down towards the first corner. Very wide track we've got. A couple of going side by side. A little bit of nudging there from... Was that positive vibes there? And they are all through the first corner cleanly for now. It's the two. Oh, there's not cleanly anymore back there. Bit of ping pong going on at the back. As Beaker leads them all away. And who's that going? Well, that's positive vibes. And he's wide and off, unfortunately for him. And he's out already. Only on the third corner. Got on board with Unity. He's looking to make a move on Terran at some point. He's right there. They're going to really struggle to make moves here, as you can expect. I haven't said that. Sarah Sol's managed to get past Max Thorn. He's got on board with Wild Wolf. Max is all over the shot at the moment. Is that going to give Wild Wolf a chance? We've got a virtual safety car as a result of the earlier accident. So now just waiting for the virtual safety car to finish. Gives a chance for people to save their tyres a little bit. Particularly those who are on these ultra softs. If they can't make them last till the rain comes, this really might help them a lot. And you can really see it's looking really quite cloudy out there. And just now waiting, as we've got a couple of actually dove into the pits already. Wout and Frank Honda. Is that for damage? That's not damage. Where's Frank's? That's not damage either. That's just a change of tyres onto those softs. As the virtual safety car is still out, so that's actually worked pretty well for them. They can now definitely take those tyres until when the rain comes. If the rain doesn't make a big enough effect, they can take those to the end. As Unity takes advantage of Terran and goes round the outside of turn 4. Caught napping, I think, was Terran. Unity taking massive advantage of the restart and moves up to P2. Look further back if I can. There we go. Max and Serox Tom battling it out for P4. And obviously you've not got any DRS yet, but there's only one bit of DRS straight on this track, and that's the home straight. One of the few tracks with only one straight, as Max is just off the back there of Serox. And Serox with a little lock-up. Max trying to find a way through where there isn't really a way, and that back end is stepping out all the time for him. As Unity sets the fast lap so far, or no, Max does for now. He's got the slipstream. He's going to make a move down the inside. He's having a look, late braking. Through goes Max, up then to P4. Going ball with Serox. He's going to look to out and drag Max. No, he's not. And backs off going into turn 2. Let's move up to P3. Unity and Terran still battling it out here. Everyone's back ends are looking a little bit slidey, which is quite interesting to see, considering this. It's not even wet as yet. So Unity is still sat behind Terran. It's definitely getting darker. I can see the rain coming in the next few laps potentially. I mean, ahead of us now it's quite blue, but then you look around there and look, that big grey clouds are hosing in. We've got green flags. Max has made a little off, has he? Yes, he has. He's facing the wrong way. And that's Max dropping back even further now. As Beaker goes fastest, Terran even faster still. Unity then with this DRS, unable to close in that much on Terran. And 2 DRS sections, my apologies. And that was a squeaky bum moment there for Unity. Obviously using the DRS before it even got straight, and Max has said enough is enough and has retired from the session. Obviously not going well for him. So let's have a look further back. Sticks and Wild Wolf, they are still going for it here. Sticks trying to find a way past Wild Wolf. Obviously he's on the soft tyre, so he's got a little less grip, but his tyres are going to last a little bit longer, and that could be crucial when the rain comes, should it actually impact on the race. In the fact that dead tyres are going to be really, really terrible. As it's definitely starting to look darker now. That one. Oh, that's a opportunistic dive there from Sticks. Wildwolf didn't see him coming. Sticks just going, oh, you've broken a bit early. Well, thanks. I'm going to go down the inside. And he takes that P5 as Wildwolf has come into the pits. That's very early. Even if you're thinking about changing on to Windsors, that's still very early. Let's just stick with him and see what he puts on. He's putting on a set of softs by the looks of things. Yep, fresh set of softs then. So let's have a look. Frank Honda is on the rear of Wout. Wout, who at one point was leading this race. And Frank, who did start at the very back after a penalty in qualifying. So we can see a good battle developing here as the race goes on. Obviously keeping an eye on Unity and Terran, they are close. Beaker and Terran as well. You could see a good fight developing at the front. Let's go actually up to Unity. He's got under that second window of Terran. Let's see if he can hold on to the back of him and going through these corners onto the home straight where he can get some DRS. And for Unity's sake, he needs to hope he doesn't get close enough to Beaker that he gets DRS from there. And there we go, so Beaker and Terran have pitted, unleashing Unity. So Unity will take over the lead for now. And with the rain threatening to come down, could this work for Unity? If it comes this lap, it's going to work great. If it doesn't, it could be interesting. Beaker has changed to ultra softs, so he's positive the rain's coming in the next 5 laps. Maybe 6 laps if you can make them really last. We know Beaker has the ability to make the tyres last longer than most people expect. Sometimes to his downfall, sometimes to his benefits. Let's actually go back there. Frank Honda, wow, are really close now. 0.7 between them. Just behind them is Beaker on those fresh ultra softs. If Beaker can get those tyres switched on, he can get after the back of Frank. So interesting enough, Beaker still leading the battle that was for first. Beaker, Terran and Tom. We'll see if Unity does pit this lap. Where will he come out? Will he come out in front of Terran? Will he come out behind? Will he be jumped by Serox Tom? We shall find out shortly. So Unity has pitted. Still no sign of this rain. And that is not going to help Serox Tom. That's a 3-second penalty. First one of the day, I think. Wout's closed in on Sticks as Frank has closed in on Wout. Unity is coming out the pits now. Where is he coming out? He's just exiting now. Beaker's going to go through, that's for sure. Let's jump up to Wout. Battling with Sticks. Sticks is currently race leader. So it's an interesting call there as Wout sends it quite easily down the inside there of Sticks. Is Frank coming through as well? No. It's quite interesting call there from Beaker. He's gone onto the Ultra Softs, the only man to have done that change. Now, if this works, it's a great strategy call. If it doesn't, he's just blown the entire race. And this could be a make or break moment for Beaker. He needs to get past these guys, use those tyres and get in front of them. And hope that the rain comes before those tyres go off the boil. So Frank should get past Sticks in the next couple of corners. He's running his rear now. He's trying to find a way. It's almost like he's pushing him round, going, come on, come on, come on. I've got a Beaker on my tail, let me through. Frank sends it down the inside, an easy overtake at the end of the day. And he can now go racing after Wout. Beaker is right in the rear of Sticks, so Sticks is going to lose another place here potentially. If you want to see when the rain comes, keep an eye on those front noses of the cars. You'll see the streaks of rain going along it. Beaker's definitely going to have this position here. He's got the slipstream, he's got DRS, he's got mode 4. He's got much grip of tyres, so he can afford to break that a little bit later into the corner. Through he goes, and now he's got his eyes set on the man in front, Frank Honda. Frank a little bit wide there. It's going to cost him a bit of time. Beaker's got the gap down to 0.7. Unity and Terran are also battling further back. Let's have a quick look at them, see what's happening. Sticks picks up a 3-second penalty. Oh, that's aggressive cornering from Unity there. He's right on the rear of Terran. We're talking about right on the rear of Beakers, right on the rear of Frank Honda. And these clouds are looking darker and darker. I think Beaker really needs that rain to come either this lap or next for it to work in his favour. If it doesn't come soon, he's going to have to make another pit stop, and that is going to put an end to his chances of winning this race. If it comes while he's out on these ultras, he might be okay. He should be okay. Let's actually go up to him now as he's going to get some DRS on Frank Honda. I suspect he does have his race engineer watching the skies closer than anyone. Interesting enough though, Beaker doesn't go fastest on that lap. Terran is the fastest man on track as it stands. Beaker's right on the rear now. Frank Honda's half a second between them. Frank's gaining on Wout as well. This could be a close battle. Yeah, Frank's now got that gap down to under a second on Wout, so he's going to get DRS when it comes to it. And we're still waiting to see those droplets of rain appear on the front of these cars to let us know it is coming. And then it's going to come down to who's going to be the first man to go for it. As I said earlier, the ideal time to pit when it's raining is when you see the DRS disabled sign. That is the optimal time to pit. Although if you think it's going to come and you are right by the pits, you've got to dive in. So let's see what happens here. Sticks and Terran are close. Terran has got past Sticks, in fact. That's why that looks close. So Frank is just gaining a little bit on Wout. I don't think he's been close enough to make a move. He might have another attempt just here though. Well, looking like he'd run a little bit wide. And Frank is just not close enough to make a move at the moment. And Beaker's just sitting behind him, waiting, playing the waiting game. As effectively we're all waiting for we're all playing the waiting game as well. We're waiting for that rain to appear. And Beaker really needs it this lap. If it doesn't appear this lap, he might be in real trouble. He went for the risky call of going onto those ultra softs at the first round of pit stops. Frank and Wout pitting much earlier due to first lap incidents and that virtual safety car. And it's worked out well for them. They've been able to get to the front of the pack. There is the rain there, you can see it. It is coming down, you can see it on the front of Beaker's car. Those little streaks going across the halo in front. So, when is people going to pit? Is Sticks having some trouble already in this rain? I don't think so, he might have done. So we still have DRS, but for how much longer? I think realistically Beaker needs to go in this lap, because these tyres are really going to start hurting him. Considering how wet it is, well, it's not actually that wet yet, and Frank makes a bit of a mistake. Beaker looks down the inside, can't go for it. Beaker's tyres are pretty much going to be shot at this point, and he just needs to not waste too much rubber, get to the pits and get a set of inters on before it's too late. As Frank is right on the rear here of Wout, is he going to make a move? Or is he going to hope he can get the pit stop jump on him? Wow, sliding all over the place. Is Frank going to try around the outside? No, he's not. Just not enough room. He knows he wants to come past, but not a lot of grip in these cars now. The track is getting a bit wet. Massive lockups there from everyone involved. Is one of these three going to blink? Let's see. So Wout is staying out. Frank's staying out. And Beaker, they're all staying out. Interesting call. Frank, though, he's got the drive off the corner, he's got the slipstream, he's got that DRS, he's not got the slipstream anymore, obviously, but So Frankie is going to go into the lead as this rain is coming down now. As you can see, he's just really fighting that car, nearly losing the back end there. Holding on for dear life. As Wout slips back into P2. Got a yellow in sector 1. Who's that? Is that Unity having a little spin? Looks like it. Unity has had a little spin. Wildwolf has gone to the pits. He's going to be the first man to blink. As Frank Honda, that could be huge coming the end of the race. Frank Honda with that 3-second penalty. Our current race leader has picked up a 3 seconds penalty, and that, as I say, that could be the difference between first and third here. But first man to blink, he's going to be Wildwolf 1. We're going to keep an eye on his times. Sticks recently just pitted as well onto mediums. Interesting call there. Wow is struggling. Beaker's just almost saying, look, I'm not going to try and pass you because if you can't control your car, you're just going to wipe me out. And I wouldn't be surprised if these three dive in the pits just here. As you can see, they just haven't got the grip in the rain. There you go, DRS has been disabled. Time to dive in the pits. And that is perfect timing for these three. Now it's down to the pit team. Can Beaker get the jump on Wout in the pit stops? That's what we're about to see. Obviously no penalties applied for any of those drivers, which is good news for them. Wildwolf 1 has taken Sticks. Sticks is really struggling now. He's almost lifting and coasting into corners. So Frank Honda will take the lead out of the pits, followed by Wout, and then followed by Beaker. Let's go with Beaker. Is he going to make a move down the inside on the restart? Nope. That's a bit too optimistic there. But everyone now changing onto those inters. Sticks is the only man who isn't on the inters just yet. And they'll still fight with the grip for a bit until these tyres have warmed up. Frank, who obviously does have a 3-second penalty as mentioned earlier. And currently he has a 3-second lead over Wout. He's managed to pull away. Maybe Frank had a great wet weather setup and a half decent dry one, was able to just control his pace. Because he is just pulling away from Wout. There's no doubting that. Taran picks up a 3-second penalty. Currently in 4th. He's got a decent lead over Serix Tom, who I believe also has a 3-second penalty, so that should be too much an issue. Beaker running a little bit wide there. Just a little bit. As we're on lap 13, about to end. Lap 13 start, lap 14 of 18 here. Not a lot to report on both the Renaults having a going out, very similar to what happened at the weekend for the Renaults, both disappearing, much to my annoyance, especially when they're in your fantasy F1 team. But now hopefully for these guys their tyres have reached a nice operating temperature. Frank Honda is just out front now, plain sailing really for him. Had a little bit of battling in the dry. Oh, you say that, he's still sliding through the corners. And so is Wout. Beaker is just behind him. So it's just 1.5 seconds then between Wout and Beaker. Can Beaker do anything on these closing stages? Obviously in the rain there is no DRS. It's just down to the driver's ability to get the power down and not light up the rears too much. Wout is now nearly 5 seconds off the bank of Frank Honda. He's not liking the rain, that is for sure. Oh, I was about to say nor is Beaker, but he managed to hold the slide. He lost a little bit of time then to Wout. He's still there. He's going to get some slipstream down the home straight when we get there. Can he make use of it though? That is the question we're going to be asking. It's just still 0.6 behind. Neither of these two cars looking in great shape. Just holding it there. And he's still 0.6 behind. We've got a yellow in sector 3. And that yellow's now cleared. Not sure who that was of. Beaker is still trying to get the power down so we can get after him. And he's got that gap down now, down to under half a second. I suspect Wout hasn't got the best wet weather setup on that car, and Beaker's probably got a bit of a hybrid because he was decent in the dry. Just can he find a way past Wout to get up onto the second step of the podium? He's not going to get front step unless Frank makes a huge mistake. So just have a quick look at Frank, see how he's doing. He's quite literally, when I say plain sailing, it almost looks like he's just yachting around. In complete control of that car, even in the rain. As always, it's always going to slide a little bit, but he can just control it. Beaker now right on the rear. Wow, is he going to look? No, I thought he was going to try and go around the outside. Backs off a little bit. Now he's got some slipstreams in mode 4, coming off the corner. 0.3 between them. Is he going to make a dive into the corner? He has a look. Wow, it does leave a bit of space on the inside, but Beaker can't do anything with it. He's just lit out the rears a little too early once again, just too keen to get on after the man in front. As he's still fighting to try and close Wout in. Half a second now between them. Currently the only battle on track, as you can see on the left of the screen. Expecting more from Unity. His teammate is up there. Is Beaker? Oh, is he going to make a move here? Probably not. Bouncing over the curves. He's got a little bit of inside line. Well, leaves in space, but Beaker can't do anything with it. You can smell that P2. It's just got to be careful though, because obviously in the rain it's so easy to just make small mistakes and take someone else out. So we're on lap 16 of 18. Frank will be starting lap 17 shortly. So 2 laps to go after this, a little bit. It's getting to a do or die moment now for Beaker. Has he got anything left in the tank? Obviously with so many high pace corners you're not going to be using that much ERS or fuel. You just don't want to light up the rears too much and send yourself round. And he's dropped right off the back there. Wow, he's gone over a second. He's still fighting that rear end. Do want to keep an eye though on Unity and Cyril Sun. That gap is starting to come down. Can Unity make a last lap move on him? Or I think Beaker might be saying, I'm just going to sit here. Because he's not looking pretty, although that's going to help him. Wow, has had a little off. That's closed, allowed Beaker to close right. Did Wow pick up any damage there? Don't think he did. He would have just made him a little bit mess with his tyres. Potentially overheated them a little bit. Beaker is right on the rear once again. Lap and a half to go. Has he got anything left in this car to make the move? If he was closer, he would have had it earlier. But that just goes to show Wout is not going to be without mistakes, and Beaker needs to capitalise on that. As we've got a lap and 2 corners left of this Grand Prix. Frank Connery is comfortably out in the lead. He's got a 10-second lead over Wout. As he starts the flying lap. Wout sliding through the last corner. Beaker's right there, and Beaker's sliding through as well. Has he got anything left? He's got no fuel warnings on, so he's got a lot of fuel left to burn through if he wanted to. He's just got to be ease on the accelerator, because this is where he's made mistakes before, just getting a bit too keen coming off that corner. And that was clearer. He just needs to almost get alongside Wout at some point. Just stick a wheel there and go, look, I'm coming through. And try and make Wout move out the way. Not really how you're supposed to pass, but sometimes that's what you've got to do to get through. Wout looks a bit out of shape there. as he did last time around, but Beaker can't capitalise on it. So, turn 5 then for the last time today. Has Beaker got anything left? He now has the red fuel. Wow, hasn't got a red fuel warning on. Oh, I think that might be Beaker's last attempt is just fading here. He's just now on his way out to make a mistake. That was a little mistake, but not a big enough one. Is Beaker going to go for a dive into the last corner? Or dive into any corner, or is he just going to sit here and take P3? Here we go, second to last corner now. Wow, puts it on the inside, defends it brilliantly, but Beaker's going to get a drive off the corner. Oh, he had to get off it there because he just touched the rear end. Then of wow, Terran is going to come through. I think Terran has a penalty, so that shouldn't be too much of an issue then for Beaker. But Beaker takes the position back off Terran. And yeah, Terran has that penalty anyway. So Frank takes a comfortable win at the end. And Serok Som's going to be the next man to cross the line, 26 seconds behind Terran. Terran having a decent race for the first time I've seen him. Serok is still fighting this car. Just needs to go easy. He's got such a lead over Unity. Unity then going to come across the line. Yep, doesn't jump up the positions, 3 penalties. The Mercedes then of Wild Wolf 1 could be the next man to cross the line. He's going to come across the line in 7th. And there's just one man left to pass. After that, the Ferrari of Sticks, who is currently a bit off the pace, just gone through turn 11. But at the end of the day, he's managed to at least finish the race, which is better than a couple of people have done. So he's going to get some points for it. And that's what's going to be crucial come the championship. As he's come through the final corner now, going to be the last man to finish the race. And there we go. Unfortunately, we do have to skip that because it lags out. And there we go, there's the final confirmation of the positions. Frank Hodder taking home the win after a dismal qualifying. You may say he's on grid 6th, he was actually on grid last due to penalties applied in qualifying. Followed by Wout, Beaker, Terran, Serok, Som, Unity, so Dutch 1 to 6, as kind of expected nowadays, unfortunately. Wild of 1 in 7th, Sticks the last of the finishers in 8th. 9th went to Max, and 10th went to Positive Vibes. So, thanks all for being here, and next week, same time, we'll be in Belgium. Thanks all for being here.